listen to music in the mornings because like in the mornings, right, when you start your mornings, right, everybody watches news. Like obviously the news starts in the morning, and let me just check the sound real quick. Sorry. Yeah. So everybody watches news in the morning, right? And I don't do that because like obviously there's things going around about like your vibe, like when you see bad news, instantly you start the day automatically. You start the day bad, right? So I tend to listen to music in the mornings because that's gonna lift your spirit. Because I don't know if this is a theory or this is a true, but there's this theory if you play music to plants that they will grow or they will open up. So we're humans, we're just like plants, but like the like we humans, the plants use the the chirping of the birds to know when they need to open up or whatever. That's my theory. I don't know if that's true, but that's just my theory. But anyways, yeah, guys, welcome back to the podcast. Thanks to Z Beats for sponsoring that song or just making that beat for us as the official First Pump Podcast intro. Yeah, I will be hearing that every week, because this is actually the second week from the first episode. I didn't record last week because I was like, I'm still busy with exams, but I'm just like, I'm not gonna like, I want to be consistent. You know what I mean? I'm new into this game and I need to adapt. You know what I mean? Like, it's always gonna be challenges, and yeah. Uh, so yeah. So back to the music thing. I listen to music and I make sure, always make sure I don't listen to music on Spotify because I know Spotify is like a world popular platform to listen to your music on, or Apple Music, whatever app you listen to, but especially Spotify. But I like that that app like automatically, even okay. Let me just start from the beginning. Frequency, right? So 440 hertz. If you listen to music at 440 hertz, that's a bad frequency because I saw this video where they compared, like, yeah, let's say compared a Hill song, worship song to a Drake song, and like they put it like they had this board of where sand was on top of this board, and they had the music played under the board, so like the vibrations can go up and into the sand. So when they play this Drake song, but dang, this is the sand went like crazy. It's just like everywhere, it's like over the board compared to the Hill song, which is maybe higher than 440 or I don't know specifically, but it was a much better frequency for your head and your ears because the sand started to make such a pattern. It looked cool. You can search it up on TikTok. I believe it's on TikTok. Just like search Drake's music or any other music that you listen to on Spotify is 440 hertz. They automatically even if the song is not 440 hertz, the app automatically changes to 440. So yeah, so that just makes you listening to the right music better because yeah, music affects us. The frequency it changes us like we can't see it, but as a radio waves, and these frequency it can mess with our heads, it can mess with our moods. But yeah, why y'all thinking everybody's coming back to the wired headphones to the earphones? You know what I mean? Like even Drake, even all these celebrities, they're going back to wired earphones. You know why? Some people think it's because like they want to show that they are still involved in old stuff and like they still like the old things or whatever. It's not about that because the frequency. Me, I'm wearing a Bluetooth headphone right now. The Bluetooth radio wave, like the thing, the it's frequencies, but it messes with our mood. So yeah, that's just my thought. I was just wanna throw the um concerning that. Anyways, actually, Drake, like I know he dropped these three albums and got a lot of reactions to it and a lot of theories. And but there's some I didn't listen to much of it, but like Drake actually mentioned in one of his songs, he mentioned a verse to Roman Reigns. Believe it or not, let me just so Drake mentioned in Iceman, he, so this was a verse he mentioned like he referred to or like to Roman Reigns like he like almost like it's like hit him up like that. So the lyric is like the verse is used to play the background. Now they quote me like the OTC. Roman Reigns the OTC. If you're watching WWE, he's the only tribal chief. That's what it stands for. And hand up in the air, got the whole crowd acknowledging me. So yeah, that's one of the lines he mentioned. The verses he mentioned on one of his songs in his Iceman album. And yeah, man, this man is just he's on fire now. I have to give it to him. I'm a fan personally. Don't know why people started hating on the dude because he's just obviously he just gonna hate, man. It's just like hella. If you have hella like success, obviously it's gonna be people who's gonna want you like like push you down or whatever. It's like there's always gonna be such people, and you need to use those people as motivation. But even for me, some people say like I don't even want to get to it, but anyway, let's just leave that before I get all um into that topic because once I talk about a specific thing, I always want to go more into that topic. And yeah, but welcome to welcome back to the podcast with me, your boy JSOH. Um, don't know why, but I never like to say my full name. I don't know why. It's just is that the type of phobia or whatever? You don't like to hear this? Okay, I like to hear the sound of my name, but I don't know. I don't want to say my full name. I just don't like it really. It's not that like I don't like my name, but it's just I don't want to say it. You know. And anyway, so let me just this is huge, huge. I don't know what some people, some of y'all know this already, but this huge Pokemon Mandela effect, bro. That's just crazy. And I found this out like just 1 month ago. Obviously, one of probably the most popular character, not actor, in the Pokemon series, Pikachu. So the Mandela effect is that Pikachu never had a black tail. That's the Pikachu never had a black tail. Here I have a picture of Pikachu here. I'm looking at the picture of Pikachu and this looks strange, bruh. Let me put it on the screen. This looks. What y'all think about of this picture? This looks strange, bruh. You know who's gonna know if this is like tampered with the true Pokemon fans, and me personally, I'm not a fan of Pokemon really. Don't know why people are into it really. Like on the average, I don't like anime really. I'm more of a guy who likes real stuff like series and stuff, movies. But yeah, I like a regular show. Speaking of, I watched I watched like the whole season, everything. I watched it done, and I gotta pull my words back, but it's kind of fire. Like first episode, I said it was mid, and now I gotta pull back my words, but I'll take it back. I understand if y'all hated me for that, but anyways, and by watching the whole series, I I like kind of went through it again. Like I watched the first episode again because it came because I went to like my cousin's place and he was watching the first episode from the beginning and I noticed something. So when Pops, right? When he in the first episode, when he takes the what do you call this the box, yeah, when he takes the box off the shelf, and there was a lot of tapes, like there were blue tapes, there was red tapes. So on the spot, I actually crafted a theory, and I thought, obviously, it's called a lost tape, so it means like moments we never got to see, you know, moments we never moments like in the OG regular show, you just saw basically Mordecai and Rigby's um, perspective of things, if I can put it that way. And so you never got to see what other people experience, because the OG regular show is kind of Mordecai and Rigby's perspective, right? Perspective. Okay. So my theory is the red, the blue. I believe there were red and blue, and I believe there was green also. So the red. Let me just check. Let me just check. I wrote it down. Yeah. So the red tapes is Margaret's POV, and the other color tapes, or maybe other characters, like maybe Eileen. So I believe like Eileen is one of the characters that has a different POV, because she basically was involved in their daily lives, man. Also Margaret, because the red symbolizes the color which is Margaret is. If I need to go deep, also my previous theory about AI, I didn't dive deep into that, but now I watched the first episode again, and so this this jams, that jam the guy who's trying, or the jam system who's trying to replace the physical what man, these words just go out of my head. So the physical VCR tape with some type of, I don't know, online streaming. So how that connects to us today is how, I don't know, the higher ups, if I may say, the higher ups. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all watch reels and stuff, or you like conspiracy series, y'all know what I'm talking about. So the higher ups are trying to replace digital media with streaming, or with streaming, basically, or with like websites that like basically like not basically digital, you know, because when you replace the physical media with digital services, what's the difference between digital services and your own physical media? Digital media, physical media, what's the difference? Physical media, we can, how can I say, I gotta put this, it can't be controlled, basically. Now, obviously, if physical media can't be controlled by the higher ups trying to replace it with digital media, because it can be controlled, why they take out the hard drive out of the Apple TV? Hmm? Because so they can control, bruh. They can control what you watch. They can control what you see. So your brain only thinks that way. The thing you see, you had the digital, I mean, your physical thing right here in your hands. it is as is not tampered with. It's not like you get what you see basically. That's if I can put it like that. We have digital media. It can be tampered with. It can be. Y'all don't know, man. Like we getting streaming websites, streaming services because it's they can control it, but they can like why y'all think so I was watching. It's still connected to the topic. Don't worry, y'all think I'm like just like forgetting about that topic, but I just want to link it with this. So I was watching the show called The Inside Job on Netflix. I don't know if it's still on. No, it's not still on because they took it off because it was a show that basically it was this company that was trying to control the world. It's like a animated uh, series. This company called I believe it's like Cognito. They're trying to control the world, and they were up against the in the show, not before they were up against the Illuminati in the show, but in the series it was crazy. That it had 2 seasons. After that, they removed it because it got too sus. You know what I mean? Like like in go watch it, but go watch it. Animated series called Inside Job. Find a way to watch it if you don't fly, find it on Netflix because they took it off and I went to do research and the director said they were using too much like I don't know like it was too graphic or something. I don't know, but I don't know the whole thing. But she's clearly lying, bro. They took it off because she was going too deep into the truth, bro. She was just going so far as basically showing what the higher ups are doing. And in as the series goes on, they show they cloning people like this part where they have Tupac here, they like a whole like a whole closet clones of Tupac, but they have reptiles in the disguised as presidents, and yeah, man. So anyway, like talking about presidents, this is video I want to show you. So y'all see that y'all know about this guy like who appeared on um the news and they claiming he had a mask on. That guy was Bob Howard. He's a retired vice admiral, and basically this theory is going around that they also took him out because he knew too much. He's also a whistleblower in this whole thing that's going on. Um, so the theory is they took him out and they replaced him. And my opinion on this is I've I've looked at the video many times and I don't know. Like it's very hard to see. There's, I know it's like you can see like in the video he's moving a bit as he like lifts his head up and like talks. You can see it like almost like catching a bit of wind. But do they want? It looks like no. If you're wearing a mask right, and you don't want anyone to see, obviously you're gonna like do it nicely. You're gonna tuck it in here, and you're just gonna make sure that no one sees it's a mask. But why is he like? It's like he's doing it. He's doing it deliberately. The like he's showing. No, I'm wearing a mask because they want to trick us and into like not believing, but they everything they push out like we take. You know what I mean? Like we believe what we see. And maybe like they trying to give us to push this out. But like, oh, whoa, what happened? Look at that! Like when you don't know what's going on behind the scene, or like you don't know what's going on here. If your attention is something over here, right? You're not gonna notice or know that's going on like over here. You know what I mean? So I believe that's what they're trying to do. Obviously, if that guy was trying to hide like his mask, he would do it properly, I mean. And so I think it is a mask, definitely. And but I don't know. Think if he, but I don't know if he did it. I don't know, but I don't know. But that's just my theory on the stuff that's going on now. Because media now we can't trust, but even some of these Disney stuff like are are cooked, but we cooked. We don't know what you're consuming nowadays, but you're actually done. We need to keep up. We need to keep up, and even if we know these stuff, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do about it? But anyways, let me just move on. And so Winnie, y'all, maybe all of you know the show or the movie. We need the pool. We need the pool, whatever you want to call it. I never watched the show. I obviously seen it, but I never watched it completely done. So there's some weird or some dark story behind, not story, but there's some dark meaning behind Winnie the Pooh and the characters. So all of the Winnie the Pooh characters, don't know if y'all noticed, but they represent a mental disorder. And so like I don't know what character this is, but actually, so the tiger character, what do y'all think he has? This man, he's very active. He's like some dude who he can't sit still. And so what is that? So tiger has ADHD. And what's the other guy's name? E Eo, the guy with like I don't know how to pronounce it. Eo. So the guy with like the cloud above his head that's raining onto him. Let me see what animal he is. He looks like a horse or a donkey. Like that dude. Like he. So the theory is like this is not proven, but it kind of connects. Like if you see how they personalities now, how their mood and stuff is not mood, but how is it? Yeah, personalities. So he has a major depressive disorder. Yeah. So why are they putting those stuff in children cartoon forms? Man, because yeah, man. Some say they're trying to make these children aware of like this is the real life and this is what happens. Like you can't hide on this stuff. This is the reality, and they're trying to push that to the children. That's the theory that's going around, but that's kind of true. But you don't do that, bro. These children are still innocent. These children need to be free. They don't need to worry about stuff because they're all gonna get there when they're older. You know what I mean? So why are you putting this? Why are you pushing this stuff in kids cartoons? I mean, I let me. I believe I have a list here. Not a list, but oh yeah, yeah. You know Shrek, right? Shrek was based off. I believe it was a French wrestler who suffered from a like I don't know what it's called, but he suffered from a skin disease, and he had the same look like Shrek. So that that's obviously a theory. Don't know theory. My theory, because not my theory. That one is not my theory. I actually got that. So Shrek was based off that guy who had a similar look as Shrek because he suffered from a skin disease, and he basically turned green. That was crazy. can't believe they like had an idea of that. Obviously, it's like one of the greatest cartoon films of all time. Even though it has a backstory, we don't care, man. Shrek is still the best cartoon, one of the best cartoons of all time. You know? Let me just spark this question out there. What's the best cartoon film of all time? Mine personally, um, mine personally, Cars 3. Hate me if you want, but Cars 3, one of the best cartoon films of all time. So this guy was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and so this guy Alex Jones, he told Joe Rogan the story that Buzz, the the NASA scientist, had allegedly admitted two things: that aliens, that no, no, whoa, 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 why did I put it in that order? That pyramids were built by aliens, and that a monument on Phobos, Mars, Phobos, Mars, the moon, or whatever, holds, let me read this correct, holds data tapes to go to the next level. That's a statement that he made, or like he talked about that on a, I believe it was an interview or a podcast. Yeah, so he talked about that on Joe Rogan. He made that statement, and yeah, I didn't watch each episode, but I did some research about this stuff, and so that popped up. And everyone's talking about these alien files and these pyramids. I don't know. Like we, I personally, right? Everyone, obviously, everyone has their own opinions and stuff, but I personally think that aliens didn't build the pyramids. I believe humans did, even though there's scientists and stuff that's explaining to us how can humans build these pyramids, and it can only be, it was only possible by aliens and stuff. But anyways, man, this thing is beeping in my ear. Okay, let me let me let me just collect myself. Yeah. So there's a lot of theories going around, obviously, about this stuff, and but I don't want to get mixed up into that, you know. Like one, two, three, you see, like your mind is your opinion is like driven on something someone else said, you know, where we need actual proof. Like I said earlier, man, you need to see to believe it, you know. And we just seeing, like, obviously my theory is based on, obviously based on research, which I didn't personally see or have proof or, but I some of my theories I craft on my own. But anyways, so yeah, um, so I was like just roaming around the socials, if I can put it like that, and actually saw these, basically these life hacks, not life hacks, but if you try to implement this stuff, you basically get, not get a better life, but you basically improve your lifestyle and you improve your health. So let me say this with you. So this one statement, or this one uh, sentence reads: you drink more water when the bottle is near. You wake up earlier when the alarm is far away, and you don't skip workouts when clothes are ready the night before. Um, those three statements, all of them, 100% true. Me personally. So the first, let me see, the first, basically all of them are true, because I was actually trying to say, like, the last two. like the one where the if the alarms fall, where you wake up because obviously that annoying noise, you obviously need to turn off that alarm because it's annoying. So that one is true for me because I place not I don't place my alarm for where I just place it under my you guys might think I'm weird for this, but I place it under my pillow, so I just like immediately wake up, and I put it loud, but so it's like I'm sleeping like like obviously I don't have like such an annoying um sound, like annoying thing to wake me up, like whatever song. I have a song to wake me up, so at least I get some vibe out of it. Like when the song starts in the morning, I was like, dang, but you know. Um, so yeah, that one is true, and you don't skip workouts when you put on clothes the night before. Yeah, that's true because I've been skipping workouts. I do home workouts. I don't go to the gym, but I plan to in maybe a couple of months or whatever. If um if I'm allowed to go because it's far, but it's like I need to. Dang, that's probably like a 40-minute walk or whatever bike. I'm driving bike, but anyways, um, back to the so there's this T-shirt that it's basically a gym T-shirt that I have. That's the only gym wear I have basically, and obviously kicks that I wear like shoes. Um, so so sometimes I wear this shirt, the gym shirt as normal clothing, like clothing I wear during the day, like basically like this. Just like I don't only wear it to work out, I wear it to go out and stuff like that. So I don't know how, but every time I'm in the shirt, like I get this need and this basic, can I say that this craving to work out, and then that was weird to work out, and I don't know if it's the shirt, but it just says Maxed on it. The brand is Maxed, and that's a gym brand. Like people who gym wear that brand. It's basically a sports brand. Yeah, it's basically a sports brand. So I don't know. Every time I'm in that shirt, I want to gym. I want to get some gains up, do the biceps and stuff. But yeah, and the other one was you drink more water if the bottle is nearby, or yeah, when the bottle is near, drink more water. I like, man, I do man, I need to drink more water, because dang, I probably drink like maybe I drink more coffee than I drink water. Maybe I bet you all of you who's watching this drinks more coffee or whatever drink more than water over any energy drink. But I'm any energy drink, but the water is the ultimate energy drink. And yeah, um, all right, guys, thank you. Y'all made it to the end of the pod. Obviously, this is a English podcast, but because I'm South African, I'm just for this episode, I'm gonna give it to y'all in Afrikaans. So in Afrikaans it leads. I'm gonna put it maybe here the verse. In Afrikaans it reads like maybe you can learn these words because obviously the verse is there so you can know what I'm saying in English. So in Afrikaans it reads so in Afrikaans it reads die Here is my herder, niks sal my ontbreek nie. So that's verse one. I'm just gonna leave it there for now. And make sure y'all tune in for the next episode. Turn those notifications on so you don't miss an episode where it will get interesting. Anyways, so